Hi, this is Mary Masako Axhelm. Hi. I am having a hard time reading the measurements on these pipette things, but I'm getting through it. Anyway, this is the second part of the second lab. This is the bacterial enumeration, dilutions, and plate counts. And I've already set up, as you can see here, I've set up my test tubes, labeled them 10-1 through 10-6. And I also have the agar plates that are poured 10-1 through 10-1 through 10-6 here as well. So now I have my yeast with 2 tablespoons of warm water, and it's starting to kind of froth at this point. So I wanted to have some of this done so that we're not trying to make this a half-hour video. I'm going to go ahead and start taking the pipette and 0.25 milliliters of the yeast or the S. cerevisiae solution into the test tube. So what I'm doing is the 0.25 from the yeast, and I'm putting it into the 10-1, and then I'm taking the solution out of 10-1 and putting it into 10-2, and then taking it from 10-2 into 10-3. So that's kind of what we're doing until we get to the 10-6 or 10 to the -6. I'm not sure how that's read. Anyway, so we're creating the dilutions, and I'm going to start doing that now. So here we go. 0.25. Ay, can't see where I'm getting old. 0.25, just a tad bit more. There we go. Okay, my biggest fear is the test tubes are going to fall over because they keep slanting and falling very easily to the side. Okay. So now that we've done the first part, I'm going to go on to the second. So that is to take a 0.2, just to squeeze out all the organisms, rinsed from the pipette into the test tube. Okay, so now I'm going to pipette 0.25 milliliters of the 10-1 or 10-1 solution into the test tube labeled 10-2. So here we go. I'm going to actually take this. See if I can find that 0.2 mark. They fall over so easily. Okay. Now I'm going to take the 10-2 up to the 0.25 milliliters, stick it into the 10-3, put this back carefully, take the 10-3, and do the same thing to 10-4. I need to find my, there it is. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same to 10-5. Just have to find that mark. There it is. And then do the same to 10-6. Okay. Stand up. Okay. So now I have done that. And I'm rinsing the pipette in the distilled water to get the organisms out. There we go. All right, moving on to the inoculating plates, part 2. All right, so it wants me, it says 4 drops, but pipette 0.125, I guess 4 drops. That's so small. Of the yeast or S. cerevisiae solution into the 10-1 test tube. Okay, take it from there and into the agar surface of the corresponding 10-1 agar plate, which is right here. Place the cover on the plate and swirl the plate gently to spread the solution evenly over the surface of the agar. So, okay, so we're gonna take, just gonna make sure I'm doing this right. The cover on the plate. Swirl the plate gently. So I'm gonna flip this over because they're all inverted, and put 4 drops. Okay, so yeah, so the 10-1 test tube will have 4 drops onto the 10-1 agar plate. I'm saying that right. And so on. 10-2 will go into the 10-2 plate, 10-3 and 3, and so on and so forth. So we're going to do 4 drops. I'm going to take this test tube and squeeze in a little bit. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okie dokie. All right. And it says to put the lid back on and swirl it around, which I just did. Now we're gonna go to 10-2. Okay. The plate. 18. Okay, it doesn't say to use distilled water. It just says to keep taking it. So I will take the 10-2 now and get enough to make 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alrighty, now we're gonna move on to 10-3. Swirl this around. Oops, forgot to put the lid on. Okay, now swirl it around. Alright, so we swirled that around. You can barely see it. Swirl that around. Now we're going to 10-3. And it's so diluted. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 4 from 10-3. That back. The lid on. And swirl it around as instructed. Right, 10-4. Uninvert it, if that's even a word or saying. Take the test tube, 10-4 and 10-4 agar plate, and make 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. So on and so forth. Okay, swirl that around. Then we've got 10-5, 10-5 test tube. We're taking enough to make 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Trying to move along. I'm not super great at editing a YouTube video, but I definitely want to know exactly which parts of the video you want us to video sometimes, but I'm just doing what I think is right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was 4. I think I was paying attention. So hopefully this is good. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna let those sit. And I'm gonna dispose of this and this properly in the way that I'm supposed to do, like down the drain, it says. And then clean the test tubes with soap and water. And then I'm gonna incubate these for 12 hours to allow the liquid to be absorbed, and then invert the dishes, and then I guess incubate another 36 hours. So this is going to take a while. And I think that'll be it for that second part of the lab. And of course you'll see the results in my report. Thank you.